This one's nice because it has that little trap door where extra composite caps can be heated inside there. Make sure to close that door, though, to allow the composite to remain at that consistent temperature. So let's take a look at some cases. So here's Gary, that retiree that's hesitant about all the tinkering, but lets me treat his caries. We can already tell from this pre-op radiograph that we're going to have some strange crevices and tight spots to get our materials into. This is a great case for heated composite. So I'll walk you through my workflow so you can see how easy it is to implement heated composite into your daily practice. Pre-op radiograph and photograph have been taken, and the teeth are isolated. At this point, you go ahead and pick your composite and load it into the carriers. You then insert the carrier tip side down with the composite compule still attached. I've added an extra compule into that last hole there on the right side. Those also go like cap side down, so you can't see the green of the cap when it's loaded. This means you have 4 compules warming in addition to the one you've already loaded into your carrier. That's 5 composite compules. If you love adding colors, go ahead and put your different shades in there. And if you like to have enamel shades and body shades, this is a nice product to line them all up to keep track of which is which. Just make sure that when your assistant is keeping track of which one is which. It's a little fumbly to kind of pull them out and look at the tip and drop it back in. So I would say get a Post-it and slide it right underneath the heater with which color is in which hole there. If you have a favorite instrument, in this case, I hadn't loaded one yet. Go ahead and drop those in so it's nice and warm by the time you're ready to use it. Here for Gary, we've restored the distal of the canine already and set up to restore that pesky number 7. I'm using a clear anatomic matrix so I get a nice emergence profile and contacts proximally. Here we are with the polished direct composite restorations on the canine and the lateral. After rubber dam has been removed, and we can take a look at his occlusion here. Again, Carrie is interested in addressing the caries disease only, not his occlusal disease. But I think this picture can really help you appreciate how challenging this case was and how challenging it can be to get proximally in some of these cases. Heated composite gave me the confidence to make sure that I could restore his tooth void-free. So as we start to kind of come a little bit to a close here, I'll leave you with a few other points that tend to get sort of asked about heated materials. Is heating composite safe for the pulp? There might be a couple endodontists with us here today. I wish they could chime in. I'm going to go with yes. Okay, so how much heat is transferred to the pulp during composite placement? You know what, that depends on a number of variables. That includes like how much dentin is left behind, what are the thermal properties of the tooth itself, how hot is your composite, the speed and duration of the heating of the tooth, and the cavity prep. It's generally accepted that the pulp can be compromised if you have a prolonged temperature increase of actually up to almost 42 degrees. And recent studies show that the pulp can tolerate a transient temperature increase of 48 to 58.4 degrees Fahrenheit without damage.